I'm Eric Novak. You know, Canadians love all-wheel drive vehicles. It would make sense because, you know, we are a winter country and the benefits of all-wheel drive is especially apparent at this time of year here in wintertime. And Lexus knows this as well. We're at Canadian Tire Motorsports Park, or Mossport, and Lexus has decided to do an event to highlight some of the benefits of all-wheel drive in winter conditions. In fact, Lexus says 93% of all their sales currently are of their all-wheel drive model vehicles, so it means a lot to them. So we're here just with Lexus to check out a little bit of the benefits of all-wheel drive, especially in winter.
Here we are at the Canadian Tire Motorsports Park in Ontario, and we are doing a Lexus all-wheel drive winter event. So we're highlighting and showcasing the different all-wheel drive models we have in the Lexus lineup. Yeah, so we have 12 different models in the Lexus lineup. 9 of them are all-wheel drive, and we have today every model except the GX and LX, which are the body and frame SUVs, the larger units, but we brought everything else, including hybrid all-wheel drive and gas all-wheel drive models. So I think what we want to show you is the different all-wheel drive systems we have. And between a gas all-wheel drive vehicle and a hybrid all-wheel drive vehicle, there is a big difference. If you look at the technical components of the all-wheel drive system, they're completely different. And what we want to show you is how they operate, how they react in winter conditions, what you can expect from both systems, and how comparable they are to each other.
I want to say I feel the weight of the hybrid a little more, and a little more front forward, which is a good thing. It's less power, of course. There's a different output overall between the hybrid NX and the gas. But on a handling course, I'm not really going to notice that. But I do feel, I think, a little bit. But then it could be, I'm getting a nod, so that means I must be doing it right. But it could also be because I've done this course a few times now. We shall see. But I do like the sort of planted feel here with all-wheel drive and hybrid with a little bit more weight.
So we have 3 different activities. One of them is to show the importance of snow tires in winter conditions. And so we have 2 similar vehicles, one equipped with snow tires, the other one equipped with regular tires, and to show you how important it is to have snow tires in the winter, even if you have an all-wheel drive vehicle. Another comparison that we make is an acceleration test and a slalom test between a hybrid vehicle and a gas vehicle. So we use the Lexus RX for that and show you how they perform back to back, together, to see what the difference you can expect. We also have a slalom course to show that front biased or rear biased all-wheel drive system, and for that we use a Lexus ES, which is a front biased car, and a Lexus RC, the coupe, which is a rear biased. So although they're both all-wheel drive, one will be different from the other because of the nature of the vehicles. We have a new 2021 Lexus IS, which is our sedan, entry model sedan, and we have also the first generation of this Lexus IS, which was introduced 20 years ago. And what we want to highlight here is the difference in technology how the car has improved in the last 20 years. So we went from a rear-wheel drive only car, a little bit smaller, to a much larger car, all-wheel drive with a lot more safety technologies in it. And some of those technologies are especially important in the winter.
Okay, so now I'm back at an IS 350 V6 with rear bias, and I'm going to give this a try. First in regular mode, which will be a 50-50 all-wheel drive bias, and then I'll put it in Sport Plus for a couple laps, and that will be more 70-30 to the rear. So let's see how this compares. Oh man, I could feel this. On the 50-50, I can feel it. I'm way in more control. I'm not necessarily going a lot faster or gunning it, but I may try it for a second. This is really much nicer. Let me flip the camera this way. Go. All right. Let me just angle it down a bit. All right, here we go. Taking it around. And again, wow, I mean, it's a different 50-50 driving experience. Incredible. I'm actually quite remarkably impressed at how much different this feels. Now, I'm doing this with a 70% rear bias. It switched. Let's see the difference. And, oh my God, yeah, you can totally feel how much different it is going from 50-50 to 70-30. The back just wants to go. It's almost like the back is taking you steering, and the rear just sort of, follows the lead. And this is a much different experience on the front here. Here we go, in the same spot. I totally can feel a difference. That's incredible. That was a remarkable difference. What I felt was so much different. Going from 50-50, your all-wheel drive, right away my first lap, when I was compared to the noisy blue car, I was going way more in control. Switch it into Sport Plus mode, I'm now at 70-30, and you could just feel the back end go. That was probably one of the most effective demonstrations of the benefit of all-wheel drive that I've seen. That was really cool.
When we launched the Lexus brand 30 years ago in 1990, there was no all-wheel drive models in the lineup. We had to wait for a few years until 1996 to introduce the first all-wheel drive model. Today we have 9 different all-wheel drive models, and if you look at the sales, 93% of our Lexus sales were all-wheel drive models last year. And compared to a few years back, if you take 5 years ago, it was more like 75%. So year after year, we see an increase of all-wheel drive models in our sales, which means that people buy more and more all-wheel drive.
So through a few different trials and tests here at the winter courses at Mosport, not quite what I'm used to. Mosport usually has Grand Prix vehicles and NASCAR and all kinds of fun stuff, but this is a different experience altogether. But it was a great one because instead of just talking about one particular vehicle, we talked about technology, and it surely is clearly evident that all-wheel drive and these types of safety-bound technologies, even with hybrid powertrains, are a good combination. Efficiency, safety, all around a good time. I had a fun time here today. Hope you enjoyed watching it along with me. From Canadian Tire Motorsports Park in Bowmanville, Ontario, with Lexus Canada, I'm Eric Novak. Thanks for watching. There's plenty of ways for you to keep connected with me, so check out some of my social media links, suggested videos, and I'd really love it if you subscribe to my YouTube channel.